Hello. It really feels to me like we've made it to quite a pinnacle of our whole hiking journey from Kos to Yamba. We're last day out camping, just a short walk left to Yamba.
And I think there's a coffee shop on the way.
Yeah, it's something.
There's a lot of sun behind
Shops
you.
on the way.
Oh, hello.
And yeah. Dallin loved coffee. I'd like to dedicate this moment to Dallin. Like really.
We don't have any scotch. We'd
Oh,
dedicate
it'd
that
be
to
fair,
Darwin if we
yeah.
had scotch.
Definitely.
That would be it. An appropriate dedication.
I
Peter
just,
dedicated a bottle of gin.
I mean, he's had an absolutely massive influence on my life, as well as Peter's, I think. It's the whole reason I met Peter, actually, the whole reason I came to Australia is largely because of Dr. Dallin. Yeah. I remember as an undergrad, when I met him, there's this guy, I forgot his name, but he was like my pre-quantum physics advisor. He was like helping me figure out what in physics to study, and he led me to Dallin, and like I went to his group door, knocked on his door like this little undergraduate, like, oh, I want to do some quantum research. I'm interested in quantum kind of thing, and he's like, great, like, you know how his door looks like up on the top floor of the physics building there at LSU, and he opened it and was like, great, like, come to lunch with me tomorrow in my group. And so I did, and it was great. Like, he was awesome, and it was straight away a hit. And then I've been hanging out with him really a lot ever since. He helped me a lot during those years, like undergraduate and well beyond. Like, he helped me academically, helped me get into MIT and go to Canada and come here to Australia. You know, I'm so grateful for everything that he, and every part of his being and everything, every influence he's had on my life. Like, I really, yeah. I
You
guess
got into physics financed by selling what we're doing now,
kind of, yeah.
and then ended up as one of Dowling's students. He referred you to me,
Yeah.
and then we end up here.
When I came to Australia, and then during my PhD with Peter here, there he is, me, Peter, Wendy.
Hello.
Yeah, Dallin came and visited us like all the time, at least once a year, if not twice. Like, it was really, really spectacular that he came, and we got to host him. All those beautiful days at Macquarie there, in the Formula Lounge, and all those coffee trips and visits to the pub, and unforgettable, really. He really had a way about him, Dallin, a very jokester sort of way, a way of really inclusive of everyone. Like, he had a big heart to, and he could feel, you know, if you had a heart for him, he had a big one for you. Yeah. Great sense of humor. Like, I really, honestly, I don't think I've met anyone. I don't think I've laughed near as much around anyone when it comes to him. Like, he's the most I've laughed around anyone, is what I'm trying to say. and right after he dies, his book goes top seller in physics on Amazon. That's pretty spectacular. You know, we've had lots of moments of drinking and dying, like having those beers and all those moments. And, like, I'm not so into that anymore, but you know, I'm still honoring all those times and moments. And I don't wish to be having a beer for you right now, but what I'm doing is exactly what I'm meant to be doing for you right now, because it's happening. And it's beautiful. So, thank you.
Wendy,
Thank you, Jonathan.
what are your thoughts for John?
I think you should go first. You knew him obviously much, much better than I did.
Yeah. It's a difficult thing to explain in words exactly how you capture someone's personality. It's not an easy thing to translate.
No, not at all.
But from this particular view, I can't think of a better possible way to think about it right now. This is astonishing. And all of those little pieces of the puzzle, they all start fitting together. But with the emotional detachment that they need. But with the emotional detachment that they need. Dowling was someone who certainly was very humble about his good intentions and would masquerade it with stupidity or drunkenness. But underneath it was extremely, extremely sincere and extremely genuine. He always worked for the best interests of everybody else. And most people don't even know the ways in which he's worked behind the scenes to help them. And most people aren't aware of many of the things in his personal life, the things so incalculably giving and generous that would never cross the minds of most people to think with that level of generosity.
I'm certainly a reflection of that, because little Louisianian boy to Australian citizen now and living it up. Wow. Most of which, a lot of which is definitely, I have Jonathan's generosity to thank for that, and his love, like I said earlier, his heart, and to share that with me.
Have we only been talking for 1 3/4 minutes?
No, it stopped and started.
Oh, it stopped and started again. I was
Yeah.
going to say, it felt longer than that.
I think it was 8 or 10 minutes.
Talk about
before.
relativistic time dilation. By the way, I came up with a new term for relativistic time dilation, is Lagrangian speed dynamics.
Yep.
Or Lagrangian speed dilation.
Watch the birds. the way they dive down, suddenly they just go 90 degrees straight down.
If my video was synced. No, it still isn't synced.
I remember when I met Dowling, Peter, you dragged me out to a night at the whiskey bar.
Baxter's.
And Bax, you told me I had to meet Dowling. And I remember I was there for about 30 minutes and you told me I have to, that you had to go. And I was a little bit, like, well, why did you get me to come out if you're about to leave? And you told me, because you had to meet Dowling.
Exactly.
And I sat next to Dowling.
So it's a flag in the ground. You've met Dowling.
I think the first interaction with Dowling, he made up some random story and then laughed at me for believing it.
Yeah.
And then we spoke on Facebook. We argued about the M dash on Facebook.
It was about
That was
150 comments long.
50, just 50.
50. Okay.
It was the best Facebook argument I've ever been involved in. And we'd always go to him for advice on the M dash after that. We had advice.
No one dares challenge him on that. That's for sure.
Oh, but I did, and that was the problem.
Oh,
I didn't realise what a can of worms.
Didn't you
I was
make a mistake of the century? You coming as a former, who do you think you are? Jakarta Post editor. I mean,
Jakarta
what do
Globe. Jakarta Globe, not Jakarta Post.
Right. What do you know about the M dash?
All I said was that's a slightly unusual style to employ with the M dash.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to do that? I didn't say it was wrong, I just said it was a slightly unusual. "50 comments later, I knew more about the M dash.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I knew Dowling as someone who was very important to Peter. And that meant that he was important to me too.
Yeah. He's important to everyone.
This peanut butter is some of the best peanut butter I've ever had in my life, hands down.
So good it makes you shake.
It's like filling me with peanut buttery vibrations. In one of the most gorgeous places I've ever been to in my life.
Can we have some more peanut butter?
Yeah, some more peanut butter. Well, actually, the peanut butter is almost gone. You know, the peanut butter.
Can we have a little bit of peanut butter?
We've got another classic Keith happening here.
I think you need to film Keith with the ocean as the backdrop.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the forest is good too. I don't mean to tell you what to do.
Keith's always zen regardless.
You're right. Any backdrop works for Keith.
That's right.